Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and I have LD here with me, and you're watching Glenda's Dragon's Den. Just wanted to say, hope that you guys are feeling the love that we're sending to you every week, and that you try to remain peaceful through no matter what's happening in the world or around you.
If you don't remain peaceful, I gotta get over there.
Don't listen to him. Anyway, with that being said, you guys know that you can find me on the Glenda's Magical Creations channel, on the Conscious Awakening Network, on Parapost Network as well, and many other platforms, Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, yada, 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 yada. You know the usual. And thank you for being here.
And thank you to all our networks for carrying us.
Yes, all of our networks are carrying us.
He ain't heavy, he's my network.
Okay. And today we have a returning guest, but of course she was so phenomenal, and she is phenomenal, that I just had to have her back right away as soon as I had a chance.
So, Catherine, we've got your back.
Hi, Catherine. How are you?
Thank you. That was great.
See? You never know what's going to happen.
But it's okay because we've got your back.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So how you been doing?
I have been phenomenal. I mean, really, really great. As I told you, I just finished a new book. It's the first book that I've done in 2 years. So I'm really excited, which is very unusual for me, because there was 1 year I wrote 5 books in 1 year. So, for me to go 2 years without writing anything was pretty unusual. But I'm just really excited. It's so good.
Well, it's nice that you told her. Tell me, because you didn't tell me. You didn't tell the viewers.
I did not. Yeah, exactly.
Well, tell the other people.
It is called Magical Midnight. It is a Christmas story. It's also an angel story, which goes with my angel, series and everything that we've got. And but it's a story of an angel that comes to on the winter solstice. She is in heaven, and she sees everyone getting ready for Christmas down on earth, and there's more chaos than there is joy, and certainly no peace on earth, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's for an angel, whatever you think, it happens immediately. And we'll get into that thought process in a little bit, but she wants to go down to earth and help a father and son who are estranged, and she believes that she can get them together, and she's got until midnight on Christmas Eve to get it done. But she's got the head angel, or the head light being, or whatever tells her you've got just a certain amount of time, and then you've got to come back. So the story is that she does come down to earth, and I've got a chance to do some comedy with it, because she's an angel, right?
Right.
And the son, Owen. It's Owen Michaels, and he is an estate planner in Chicago. And it's the typical, he's very, very busy with his very, upscale life. And he's got an upscale girlfriend with their upscale things that they're doing. And his dad is a dairy farmer in Wisconsin. And the father has just had a heart attack. And he's called home right at Christmas, when he's supposed to be there for his girlfriend and helping out his girlfriend with her gala at the Chicago Yacht Club and all this kind of stuff. Well, anyway, he goes home, and all he wants to do is, get his dad out of the hospital, get him home, and then just, get in the car and come back to Chicago, right? So as soon as he brings his dad home from the hospital that night, there's this bright star this, like Bethlehem kind of star, that kind of star. And the father, even though he's just come home from the hospital, goes wandering, goes up the hill because he's like, what the heck is going on? And he has a golden retriever, got a dog in there, got to have a dog for Christmas, right? I used to have golden retrievers, so I'm very partial. I had 10 of them. So I'm very partial to the golden retrievers. And then I'll tell you a story about that too. Well, anyway, so he goes to the top of the hill, and there's all this light that's up there, these rainbow lights, and it almost looks like the Aurora Borealis. It's just amazingly beautiful and everything. And he thinks he sees all these feathers on the ground, and he thinks that somebody's shot down like a swan or something like that. I was quite, and he reaches down and he thinks, well, let's just take the swan home, and maybe maybe it's still alive and we can, help the swan or whatever. And he touches a shoulder, and it's the shoulder of the angel. Mm-hmm. And of course, she's, just come from heaven, and she, obviously she would be speaking light language or whatever, but she's like, okay, I've got to figure this out. So, he says, hello, are you hurt? And she's shalom, bonjour. She doesn't know what language he's speaking. So I've had a little fun with the language, and her delivery and her dialogue is always very a little stilted and clipped, because she doesn't know a lot of words, and she's never had any food, and she's never been cold before. She's always been warm because it's heaven. So I get to have a little bit of comedy and everything with that part of it. Well, the son, of course, is following his dad up the hill, and he's just like, Dad, are you like out of your mind? It's freezing cold out here. It's starting to snow. And then he sees there's this beautiful young woman with, tons and tons of blonde hair. And she's dressed in this white gown, gossamer white gown with, this got little gold clips at the thing. And, so she's freezing cold. And he's like, here's this woman wandering around, half naked in a nightgown on the hill, so the son is convinced that she's an escapee from the Alzheimer's unit that's on the other side of the hill, right? So anyway, they bring her home that night, and so the son, makes her, I'm going to take her, over to the Alzheimer's unit the next day. And he says to the girl, he says, where are you from? And she goes, heaven. And he's like, oh my God. She says, well, how did you get here? I rode the lightning bolt. That kind of thing. And anyway, so he takes her. So the name of the Alzheimer's facility is Heavenly Acres. So he knows for sure she's from heaven. She's from the right. But he takes her over there, and of course the registrar there says, I've never seen her before. I don't know anything about her. And but anyway, he talks the lady into taking the angel, and he calls her Angel, take the angel for, at least for a couple of months, till he can figure out what to do with her. Well, anyway, while she's there, she cures all the Alzheimer patients. So all the patients, they call their families, and they're like, well, we want to go home, So anyway, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but that gives you the setup. And then, so anyway, because she's, curing all the patients, the registrar is going, she's costing me a fortune. Everybody's leaving. They're canceling their contracts. They don't want a room anymore. They're cured. They're fine. They're young looking again. They can walk. They don't need their walkers. They don't need their scooters. They're doing just great. And so he's got to take her home, and now he's got to figure out what to do with her. And then the whole story is how she, what she's got to do to bring the father and son together, which is not an easy situation. But by midnight, the son has not come around yet. And so her real mission, what is her real, the reader has to decide is what is her real mission that she's come there to do. Yeah. Sounds
very good.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It's at the printer now, so okay. I'm hoping to have copies so that we can start advertising and everything here shortly in November, and then have copies for this Christmas season. So I'm like so excited.
So am I. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm just like it's really fun because I was able to blend a real story. You know, I've got a story going on, but at the
Right.
same time, I'm able to blend a lot of my Angel Watch story into this. And at the same time, what was interesting to me, really interesting to me, when I was writing it was I had already written the screenplay for it. And I can't tell you where it's sitting, but it is sitting on the desk somewhere.
Somewhere.
And you know, we have our fingers crossed. And so I took and the screenplay is just your action and dialogue, right? So I've got the screenplay and I'm following the action and dialogue, but in order to write the novel, I've got to fill in all of the, you know, 2 or 3 pages for every page that there is on the screenplay. And this was where I got a lot of, I call them downloads, but a lot of messages from the angels that pertain to the world right now. And that is what has pushed me to get it printed and advertise it and get it out there for this Christmas. And I wrote the book in 8 days.
Giving me goosebumps here.
Yeah.
As long as they're not swan bumps.
Yeah, as long as they're not swine. That's good too. I wrote in between 8 to 10 and a half hours a day. I did not even get the mail. When I slept, I didn't really sleep. I was still getting all these messages. This is a scene I need to put in. This is how I need to. I was changing this one around. I was in such a zone. I have not been in that kind of a zone probably since I wrote my last angel book. But one of the things that I did do in the book, which is really fun, was the angel is telepathic with the dog. And so the dog I get these really cute quips, from the dog. Well, the dog, my golden retriever his name was Beau, short for Beauregard, is B-E-A-U, not B-O, but B-E-A-U, Beauregard. And I love that dog so much. And 3 times while I was writing different dog scenes, this is the zone I was in. I reached down to pet my dog because I could feel him, or I could feel his breath on my leg, under the desk, because he always used to sit under the desk when I was writing, and then he would let me go for like 3 or 4 hours. And then when it's time to, either feed him or walk him, he'd get up and say, all right, it's time to walk around, time to take me out, whatever, that kind of thing. But he was always very patient with me. And, he wasn't a dog. He was such a soul, such a spirit, it was amazing. And so here I had, and I'm seriously, I looked down and I went, why isn't my dog there? I could feel him when I put my hand down there. I could feel something. So I was literally not even in this dimension. I was in another dimension when I was writing the book.
That's the best.
Yeah, it was. It was amazing. It was my personal experience. And you're the first person that I've told that to. Nobody knows these stories.
Not everybody does.
Yeah, right? We're like, it's like getting that copy first, right?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. It was truly, for anyone that doubts this kind of stuff, I got to tell you, it was so real, so majestic. The whole thing was just such a majestic, magical experience for me, the writer. Just, oh my God, it was really great.
Yeah, when it's inspired by them, it's definitely so different.
Yeah, it's so different. It was really unbelievable. When I titled it Magical Midnight, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Yeah.
So, not that this is going to come to fruition, because I'm sure we all understand how the business of show works. But if you could put a face on the angel, what actress would you have cast as the angel?
That is a really good question.
Well, that's where I get the big money, kid.
I can see that.
It ain't for my looks, that's for sure.
I will tell you, we have this friend. her name is Yasmin, and she is Jordanian. She is about 20 years old, 21. I think she just turned 21. And she has mermaid hair down to past her waist. You know, she can sit up. I mean, just tons and tons of this blonde hair. She's very tiny. And she is literally, when you look at her, she's an angel. I mean, if she was an actress, she's the girl, you know. I mean, that's who I saw as the angel. Her vibration, her frequency, her life that she lives, she does not live in our frequency at all. She lives in a much higher frequency. She is everything that she, the spiritual being that she really is. I mean, she lives it. And her mother is the same way, but that's the girl. She has blue eyes. She has the most perfect skin I've ever, I mean, you know, she's one of those people you just want to, can I just sit and look at you? You know what I mean? You know, like, she's just so beautiful. I don't think there's been an actress, and I've seen some actresses, but I've never seen an actress as beautiful as this girl. Mm-hmm. She's off the charts, All of the spiritualness about her comes across in her physicality. Yeah,
that's beautiful. Well, you never know, right?
Well, you never know. I mean,
she
may try out for it and she'd get it, you know. But that's who I saw as the angel. And I mean, every time she moved or talked or anything, that's who I saw. I saw Yasmin. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So basically, you saw the book come to life in front of you.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. I mean, and it was 24/7. I mean, like I said, I mean, I barely ate. All I did was I got up often enough so that my back, I mean, I finally went to the chiropractor when it was over with, and he goes, "What are you doing to yourself?" I said, "Well, I wrote a book." And he goes, "Well, that explains it." You know, he was just like, "I think you'll be in here for a while. We're putting you back on the therapy table." I'm like, yeah, I know.
So you literally cracked the book open.
I'm really hoping that we've got the book, you know, in about 15 days. Wonderful. I just talked to the cover designer, and because in the middle of the night they showed me the cover. The angels showed me the cover. This is their book. It's just like I told you before, Glenda. Right. You know, these are their books. This show is their show. They're going to tell me what they want me to say. You know, I'm just here to be their vessel. But they showed me the cover. It's like a midnight blue cover. It's a trade paperback. It's a midnight blue cover. The words magical midnight are stacked on top of each other. I'm doing silver foil. And we're looking for that iconic Star Bethlehem star, right. That the pixels are okay with and everything, you know. We're still looking for that, and that goes in the middle, and then my name across the bottom in silver foil, and the star in silver.
Oh, so that sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, I want it to pop. I want it to really, really pop, and I think, you know, and then I'm also doing the ebook. And I haven't found a company yet to do the audio, but I'm looking, you know, if I hope to have find somebody so that I have that for January, so I can announce that for January, that the audio, that you can download it for your, you know, to your, you know, phone or your computer, you know, that kind of thing. So we're still looking at that, but I will have the ebook and the physical book hopefully in 2 weeks. So
okay.
We put a rush on it.
Did I hear you've been traveling?
Pardon me?
Did I hear you have been traveling?
Yes, and we're leaving in the morning for South Carolina. So we're leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning for South Carolina. So we're gonna drive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still packing.
Well, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, do I need this? Do I know that? It's a change of season. You don't know what.
Well, not only that, but and the climate change, who knows, so just because when you're driving, you can take a whole bunch, but
Right.
we had a lot of travel through the first of the year, as I told you, and we did take a month off to just chill and stay home, and then but we're already booking up 2024, so.
So what have you got booked up? Because it's nice that you told Glenda, but the people that are listening to the show would also like to know.
We are going to, I've got a angel speech that I'm giving at the Star Knowledge Conference for the Lakota tribe that's on 11/11 in November, this November. And then right before Christmas, from the 12th to literally Christmas Eve, we'll be in Scottsdale, Arizona. We come back, we're home for a Christmas week, and then we leave and we're going to go to Cozumel, and we come back, and we're talking now possibly California I think it's February, I'm not sure, for a conference there. And then we've got August and September, Illinois and Wisconsin for conferences and speeches.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be booking up quite a few things that'll be online for the book, for Magical Midnight. So that'll start, as soon as I've physically got the book and I can show the cover, then I'll start, getting groups and stuff together for all that. So. And
where will people be able to pick that up, once you get it online?
I'm going to have it on barnesandnoble.com. We're having it's not up yet, but it will be within a month. It's going to be an app on your phone. It's called Divine Ray. Mm-hmm. And it will be available there. And I'm having my www.catherinelanigan.com. I'm having that rebuilt, so that's going to be new. And then and I'm talking to other booksellers at the same time. So
good.
So those personal appearances and signings and all will be able to be found there
on my website. Yeah.
Of the things that you've spoken about, are any of those public? The conferences and the Lakota and
let's see.
Lakota
is yes, in November. That is public, yes.
So where can people go to find that?
I think it's www.starknowledgeconference.com. I think that is it. I can double check that for you, but I swear that's where I went before. And they try to do one every year. So.
And where is that?
It's in South Dakota. It's called Pickstown, South Dakota. It's right. It's not on the reservation, but just off the reservation. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
wonderful. Every year.
It is can be at different places every year, but this year that's where that is.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where that is. Yeah. So.
And of all of these things, which is calling you the most?
Of all of these things, definitely all the angel. That's why this angel book was so important. That's just right on tap there. And then I have, as I told you last time, I have my 4th angel book that I'm putting that together. Once I get the Magical Midnight out there for Christmas, then that's the next one, and that follows in the series of the angel books. And I'm going to be getting that out to the printer. So it's going to be
spirituality of the angel.
And the angel conference that you mentioned, where is that?
That's the one in the Lakota tribe.
That is the Lakota one. Okay.
Yeah, I have a speech there that I'm giving, and then I'm in the process of setting up more, since the new book will be out too. So, yeah.
And I'm sure once your website is updated, all that stuff.
It'll all be on the website. There's a lot to do in the next few weeks. So.
Well, you read a book in 8 days. Come on, woman.
Yeah,
you can hurry up and do that website.
Yeah. December is always a busy month for me, because people call me to be on their radio shows because of the angel stuff,
right.
Coast to Coast and stuff like that. So there'll be more. I'll be posting more of that kind of stuff. But a lot of them are, all of a sudden they go, oh, we have to call Catherine.
And there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go. So, yeah.
So what else? Is there anything else that you have that's,
Book.
cooking, but not really out there yet?
Well, I've got a whole lot with all the spirituality stuff, that's with all the angel books and the messages and stuff coming through. Because there's several screenplays that are, about angels, but that's a whole nother avenue over there. There's 5 of those. I have 5 Christmas stories that are in screenplays, and we're just waiting. We had to wait so long because of the writer's strike.
Right.
And the writer's strike has finally been, finalized to whatever degree. But those Christmas stories will be for next year, not for this year. This year's already, they pre-bought things, hoping that they could, get everybody back. But I also heard that, nobody's going to be filming anything or doing anything until Thanksgiving anyway. So whatever they've got, now there's filming going on in Canada, which is not affected by here.
Right.
So fortunately that doesn't affect me. So, I don't.
Now, when you were speaking to the angels, or the angels were talking to you, especially bringing this book down,
Right.
A download sort of, was there an angel called Maggie?
No.
Okay.
Most of the angels, that I have are literally the angels that have names that are in the Bible.
Okay.
So I don't have, I have one of my favorites is Raziel, and I call him Razzle Dazzle. That's just my thing for him. But Raziel is there for protection and for abundance, but as also he brings in a lot of knowledge. Right. And I know that he does a lot that way. Haniel is one that's will protect your home. And so when I have to go to the grocery store, Haniel's, I always see Haniel on the roof. Michael is always around. Gabriel, the archangels, the major archangels are really all around. But when I was downloading, there was a lot about the world situation right now and what we can do for the situation that's going on and what is really going on. And that is what was in the book. That's what's in the book. It's the book. The part of the book is literally upgrading human beings who are reading it to understand what the angels are all about right now. This is not a fairy tale. They are working very, very hard. Humanity has, we are at that place right now where humanity is about to be annihilated. And that's not a political statement. That's just a fact. And the AI thing is truly a big thing. I saw a podcast a couple of nights ago that maybe it was just last night now that I think about it, but one of the downloads that I got during writing the book was how important it is for human beings to have beauty around them, to create beauty yourself, whether it's in a Christmas wreath or a Christmas tree, because I was doing the Christmas thing. I've got my flowers and everything from my garden here, but it is a manifestation of our heartfelt humanity who we are. We are creator beings. We are, you know, we are here to create something, and we're not here to create all this chaos that's going on. That's not our job. Our job is to make everything peaceful and joy filled. You know, when you give birth to a child, or you're a parent, or even if you didn't give birth to the child and you're taking care of a child, taking care of a parent, you are giving love all the time. You're creating beauty in every word that you say. When you say, Mom, I love you, or to your child, you know, baby, I love you. You know, this beauty is the thing that an AI can't do. That's the draw point. That's where the draw the, you know, the foot in the sand. They're over there on that side. We're over here on this side. We, you know, human beings have been dumbed down so much with media and everything else to make us think that, and a lot of other things, to make us think that we don't have any power, you know, that we're just some kind of, you know, just go to do your job, do as I tell you to do, follow me, instead of thinking for ourselves, which a lot of people don't do, is use this brain up here, or the brain that's in your heart, because there's more brain in your heart than there is in your head. And when you start thinking with your heart, it's very hard not to be full of love and joy and want beauty on the earth. And all that beauty that, you know, when we went for a walk today around the lake, you know, and all the trees are starting to turn, you know, and the little squirrels are out getting their nets, and there's these gorgeous swans out there. And you just think of, really, when somebody says, you know, what do you think God is? And I said, well, first of all, he's an artist, you know, or she is, you know, whoever they are, because it's the world, this earth is so beautiful. I mean, just even the grass, you know, I just love seeing my neighbor next door has grass that looks like it needs to be on a putting green, you know, and he mows it every day, you know. And then my grass is this long, soft stuff that feels like lamb's wool, you know. It's so soft, you just want to go and just roll around in it like a dog, you know. but it's just, each one is so beautiful, you know,
Right.
so lovely. And that's another thing, is we each get to have a choice of how you want to have your plot, you know, your nature out there. And it's so lovely and so fulfilling to spend that time out in nature. And you know, we're so busy going to our job and coming home, and we don't take the time just to go out for a little bit and to, you know, to spend some time in nature. Now, even when I was writing my book and I didn't even go out and get the mail, my house is literally a glass house. There's glass all around, and out of every single window are trees and flowers and nature. I mean, I feel like I'm always outside, even though I'm inside, you know? So nature is a really big thing. And I'm a tree person. I mean, you know, hug a tree. I go out and I want to put an overcoat on them in the wintertime because I know they're cold. Yeah, that kind of thing. But that is one of the things that one of the downloads that they were getting is human beings need to really concentrate on beauty, you know, and even though it's in the middle of winter can be, instead of complaining about how cold it is and the ice and the snow and all this, look and see how absolutely gorgeous it is out there, you know. And so when I wrote those scenes, I wrote about the beauty that is in nature in the wintertime. There's beauty in every season, you know. You don't have to have, you know, I heard a lady the other day say, well, you know, if it isn't summer, I don't like it. And I said, well, I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry for you. You spend 3/4 of your life not enjoying your life because it's not summer. I said, well, then you really need to live in Arizona. I said, I used to live there summer all the time. So, you know, why would you want to be where you're going to be unhappy 3/4 of the year? And she just sat there and looked at me and she said, I never looked at it that way. I never looked at it that way. And I said, well, That's what it sounds like to me when you tell me that.
That's very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I always explain to people I can always put more clothing on. I can only take but so much off before the police get called.
Oh my God. He really said that, right?
He does. He does, unfortunately. And yes, he just said it.
I can't go to Home Depot anymore because they told me one stripped down facing me, and yeah.
Okay.
All righty. But it is true. There's
Yeah.
beauty in every single season. There's beauty every single time you walk out your door.
It is. I mean, even when it's, when it's raining and it changes, there's the way that the clouds all come in, there's beauty in all of it. So I remember when I was working in my brother-in-law's dental office, and the girls would say, "Oh, it's just gray out there." And I said, "It is not just gray out there. That's pearl, that's charcoal, that's slate, that's," and they went, "Oh, well, yeah." I said, that dark blue over there. I said, that dark gray cloud is actually gray blue. It's not gray. And my problem is I argue with everybody. That's not true. You just got to look at it a different way. And when you start to look at everything and that's where I'm going with all this.
Right.
When you start to look at everything from a positive point of view, instead of always going to the negative, and we are so trained to just be negative. If there's not conflict going on, if there isn't some kind of I think it's from the news. I really do. If it's not bad news, then it's no news at all. So it's, I can remember when I was a little girl, my parents would open up the newspaper, and the first thing they wanted to read, who had a baby? Who do we need to go and say, congratulations to? Who is getting married? Who is getting engaged? All these happy things came first.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would look to the obituaries and see if one of their friends died or something like that. And then again, so that my mother would take some food over there, or my dad would have the florist send some flowers to, his friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, the whole mindset was just so different. Who can we help today?
Right.
Who can we make happy today? And that's, I just don't even hear it anymore. And that was one of the downloads that I got, is we don't want to have chaos. We don't want to have, instead of all this fear, we want to be in that place where we think positive. And one of the reasons is because of all this ascension stuff that's going on right now, which it is happening.
Mm-hmm.
The earth is ascending. It's not going to be the same earth very much longer.
Nope.
It's already, I mean, if you're sensitive at all, you can already feel it. I can already see it when I'm going outside. I'm going, those trees look a lot different than they did last year. They're thicker,
Mm-hmm.
bigger, they're brighter, they're happier. They just are.
Right.
In my timeline, in my world, it's getting better out there.
Right.
And one of the things that they were telling me is, besides, if you concentrate on the beauty and being grateful for the beauty that we have, saying, every morning when your feet hit the ground, say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, source. Thank you, whatever your thing is,
Right.
however you want to say it. It's all the same. It's still the creator.
Mm-hmm.
We just have, and I'm tired of being politically correct. I'm sorry, but an angel's an angel. There's only so, you can't call it something else. It's an angel. And when they come in, they're saying, I'm sorry, but my name is Angel.
Right. And the angel doesn't have religion.
No, it does not have a religion. Religion is something that man made, was not made by spirit. It was made by man in order to control you, and probably to get, a few more pennies in their pocket so they could go do something really bad that they want to do. And it crosses all of them too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter which religion you pick. They've all got some kind of agenda going on there. But But the angels, when my dad died and he went to the other side, I think I told you last time, and he said, well, when I died and I went over to the other side, I was met by a being of light. And I said, you mean an angel? And he said, no, I was met by a being of light. The angels are the other guys. And he said, they were there. I saw them. And he said, an angel is an angel. They are a species.
Right.
You can't be a human being and become an angel. You're either an angel or you're not. A human being actually has more. See, we don't believe that anymore because we've been told so much that we're just nothing but rags in front of God. Well, that's not true. I'm sorry. I argue with everybody.
Just don't have that argument with Enoch.
Yeah, well, hey, he's one of my guys. I can't argue with him.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I argue with them. I except for one, basically argue with all of the archangels. It's kind of like a game. I think the day I don't argue with them is the day they're going to say, okay, what is up? But,
Well,
and I don't argue with them. I consult my consigliere over here.
I don't argue with them. I just usually they just come in to tell me what they want me to do, and that's fine. I mean, that's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for.
Right.
I'm here to do the job. And
I'm a Gemini. I'm like, why?
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 My question to you is why not?
And either way, it's still like they're looking at me like, do we really have to go through all this?
Yeah,
Every
exactly.
single time. It's a game now.
One of these days, my sister used to say is, the angels come into her and they say, shut up, listen to us, and do what we're telling you to do. And I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
There's only one she'll take that from. The other one she just like, okay, explain, Lucy.
Right.
Explain it to do.
Right?
There's only one that she comes in, I'm like, got it, no problem. All the other ones,
then you're oh wow.
No, I've done it all my life, and I think if I stop now, one of us is going to have like a shock. And so might as well just continue it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever works.
Yeah, right. But anyway, right. So one of the things that they have said is that right now at this time, whatever our thoughts are, you really need to make sure that they're positive, because it is instantaneous that you're going to get what you think. If you want to put your mind on what's at the news and who's invading who and all, then you're going to get that in your own backyard. And we're not doing that. Send them light and love. Lots. I mean, the more love and the more light that you can send to every nook and cranny around the world, the more you're going to change it. And that's you doing that to make that happen. But everything is happening so fast. I mean, it's really incredible how fast it's happening. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about is I got an email from several people lately, and I think probably because of the war going on and all that. And they said, oh, the Antichrist is here. This is the end times. This is everything's, off. And I said, being a writer almost all my life for over 45 years now, and writing in having editors and other screenwriters I've had to work with, and directors and different people saying, they always say, what if, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got the story going on, and they say, well, what if? So what my answer is I said, what if the end times really are here? But what if the end times really mean that everything's going to be turned into a golden world and be full of joy, full of happiness, full of, what if it's not going to be an antichrist? What if it's going to be absolutely everything you ever dreamed of that you didn't think could ever possibly? Why hasn't somebody come up and said, hey, it's not, what if the end times means, who said that end times means it's supposed to be bad?
Right.
because fear is how people control people.
That is exactly what I'm saying. I couldn't agree with you more, Larry, in a million years. That's how they control. They want to control us. They want to keep us down. They want us not to know what our power is. And I'm just like, sorry, I'm just going to get me a couple of lions and go talk to some people. One male, one female. Walk in and say, "Can we talk now?"
Just checking in. I know I didn't have an appointment.
But really, if you take all those things and you say to them, what if it's who said that, and why would you want to keep on believing something that was so dire and so awful? That's just, why would I want to live my life like that? That's ridiculous.
Well, maybe that could be a new game show. Maybe that could be a new game show. You show up and you go, "What's my lion?"
What's my life? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I would be sure to name my male one Larry.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, Lordy, Lord. Oh.
We were at an event and I was actually christened Mufasa, but I'll take Larry.
There you go.
We were at an event and yep. And I was like, okay. I just walked away.
And I just looked at them and said, "It's not a challenge."
But it is true that right now they're trying to get through to us, all of us, in one way or another.
Oh,
the
yeah.
angels, the light beings, and all that.
Oh, they are.
And we're just leaving it up to oh, that's my imagination. Oh, that's not really how it's happening. Oh, I must have been dreaming,
But the thing is yes, you are dreaming, and they come through in your dreams. That's yes, you're dreaming, but it's a real message, and it's a real situation that's going on. You're getting visited, and the veil is so thin. The veil's so thin that it doesn't even exist.
I don't even think it's existing right now.
I agree. I totally agree.
Well,
after I had my dog here, I'm going, okay, this is really cool.
Right?
When I was doing my coaching, I had one of my quotes was, "The greatest power we possess is the power to change our mind from no to yes."
That's right.
So we have free will, but we can choose how to frame everything.
Yes, we can.
And in this world, I have never seen so many opportunities for love.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
This is the time. This is the time.
It is
And
the time.
it's amazing though how people, it's like they feel comfortable in the fear and the negative and in the darkness.
Yeah, they do.
Because that's what they've been indoctrinated into.
Exactly. But I will say this, that each time I go someplace and I'm talking about, I'm getting more and more people are awakening. The awakening is my God, I can actually say no, and I can say yes to what I want. And it's happening more every day. It really is changing. And let's be serious. Not everybody's going to go to the next dimension. Not everybody's going to go to the new world. There's going to be plenty of them. If they want to be in the darkness, that's, you know what, if that's their box and they want to stay, that's great. Their comfort level, their happiness is there. But for those that are questioning and saying, what if, they're gonna send. They're gonna go to a different place. They will have their tropical life, always warm.
And the other thing I love is, people say to me, well, when do I have to do it? And I look at them and say, take all the time you have.
Yeah. Right.
But be mindful.
That's right.
We were sitting having breakfast and someone sat down at our table, and as people are known to do, was telling me what was going on. And I'm getting downloads of what to say to this person. And at the end of it, oh, thanks for the unsolicited advice. You sat down at my table.
Right.
I didn't sit down at your table.
Exactly. I did not invite you.
Well, it's no. everyone is invited, but your free will brought you to me to tell me this.
Yes.
So,
But you know, the thing is that right now, even I'm, you know, I keep getting downloads just like you and the whole thing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, first of all, I don't type as fast as I used to, so can you slow it down? Uh,
Yeah.
but if
That's
people
true.
just really, even people go out their door and just look at leaf, one leaf,
Right.
and look at the beauty of that leaf, and really be mindful of it and look at it, look at the color, look at the shape, look how it's turning right now.
Yeah.
The rest of the day is going to be fine.
Yes.
find one person who you can, without putting yourself out, interact with and leave more positive than when you came. You know, a lot of people are in the habit of trouncing people and being negative and cutting people off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you don't have to make that choice. You can be the obvious opposite
Yeah.
and be that love that you want.
That's right.
And the law of attraction will kick in.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Staying in that negative cocoon,
Mm-hmm.
it does not allow anything else to come in. You can practice the law of attraction all day long, but if you're still holding that grudge against Aunt Susie, it's just not going to get there.
Nope.
No, it just won't. It's that it goes against all universal law. You know.
And the beauty is forgiveness does not require consent.
That's correct. That is correct. Does not require consent. That's correct.
Uh,
So, believe it or not, we are almost out of time. We've got about 5 minutes left.
Mhm.
Is there anything we haven't touched on that you want to speak about?
You just did there. Is to say all you have to do is say, I forgive you and I send you universal love, and it's done. It's just and people just don't realize it. They think they have to go through some kind of drama and all this stuff, and that's not true.
No.
It's especially now. It's just there. All those vibrations and those frequencies, they go out and they go to that person, and it works. I mean, it really, really works. And there's so many, humans love to make everything so complicated. We really do.
Well, you can't control people if it's easy. Again,
That's very true.
I mean, you're familiar with Ho'oponopono?
Yes.
How hard is that? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I love you. I forgive you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are free. Thank you.
Yeah.
You are free. I am free.
There you go.
There you go. Yep.
How hard is that?
Exactly. I know. How hard is that? It's just so simple.
And that heals people.
It does. It heals so much. It heals so many things. And, it doesn't mean that you have to have that person in your life. It doesn't mean that you got to take them out to dinner or buy them a Christmas present or something. But it just releases them and releases you from that. And you can move on. You can go on and do something wonderful with somebody that does want to be with you. And that's, this is also a time of letting go and letting God. Yes. And dropping, just letting them go do their thing. They want to stay in that box. That's fine. Mm-hmm. You've got your thing you're doing, but I'm going to go do what I want to do. And I'm going to do, I'm going to go about my, my angelic business. So there you go. Sorry. I got more angels in this place coming in going, now's it my turn to write a book?
Yeah, but I grew up in the 60s with a lot of songs,
Yes.
All you need is love. There was one, it's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to.
That's right.
It's really that simple.
It is. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. And glorious, when you really are yourself and really understand those things about yourself and say, you know what, I'm just okay. I'm okay. And God loves me and I love God and it's just great. And I'm going to go on and I'll be just fine. And amazingly, you are.
Yeah, exactly. You just
Amazingly, you are.
own the positive and let go of the negative.
Yep.
No matter what that means to you.
Exactly. Whatever that means to you. Exactly.
Well, Catherine, thank you again.
Oh, you're most welcome. This goes so fast.
I know it does, doesn't it? We have so much fun. That's what it is.
I know, it really is. It's just a delight to see you guys again. Just a delight. Thank you so much for letting me be here and share and tell you all my excitement. I'm so excited. I can't stand it.
And I leave you with the Pearl's Prayer.
Okay.
Okay.
The Pearl's Prayer. I do my thing. You do your thing. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations. You're not in this world to live up to mine. You are you, and I am I. And if we find each other, it's beautiful. And that's it.
There you go.
We're not here for everybody, and everybody's not here for us.
That's right. And everybody's not
So
here for
find your tribe.
Yeah.
And with that, thank you, Catherine. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Glenda. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Matt.
Hold
Thank
on
you.
for a second.
And good luck with the book and the
Thank you.
screenplay. And let's hope the writers get this act together because they're not the ones holding it up.
Yeah, I know.
So with that being said, we send everyone love. We started this with love. We're going to end it with love, and we're going to continue sending love to everyone.
Absolutely.
Let's try to maintain a G rating, okay?
Many blessings to all. And as always, we love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.